I hope that if somebody sees me walking on campus, I hope that they find me relatable. I know a lot of times when you see people in a position, especially something like SGA, that you might come off as daunting or something that's like nobody wants to come talk to you because they're scared or nervous. And I just hope somebody finds me relatable and welcoming and fun. I am one of those people where life is too short to not have fun.
Bold ideas, inspiring stories, dynamic experiences. I'm your host, Dr. John Anderson, President of PennWest. Welcome to the Power of PennWest podcast. Welcome back to the Power of PennWest. We are kicking off season 3 with a special episode that brings you face to face with the student government leaders from each PennWest campus. These passionate individuals are more than just representatives. They are change makers, advocates, and the heartbeat of student life. In this episode, we dive into their unique journeys, where they came from, what drives them, and how their life stories have shaped their leadership. You'll hear about their goals, their excitement for the upcoming academic year, and how they plan to make a difference in the campus communities. Sydney Cochran, a legal studies grad student from Pittsburgh, PA, is in her second term as SGA President at the California campus. Through student government, she found her voice, purpose, and passion for leading with empathy and driving lasting change in her community. To the Clarion campus, where we meet Bethany Morrow, a nursing major who leads as Student Senate President. Bethany mentors through the TRIO program, serving in multiple campus clubs, and outside the university, she serves in the Army National Guard and works weekends as a CNA, embodying dedication, service, and leadership. Finally, to Edinboro, where we have Ruthie Karsteter, a business administration major from the small town of Fairfield, Pennsylvania. She is also pursuing a concentration in parks and recreation. Ruthie has been a member of SGA since her freshman year, most recently serving as Director of Public Relations. So, Sydney, Bethany, Ruthie, thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to the conversation. Sydney, let's begin with you. You are a 2-time SGA President at Cal. Tell us what you learned last year and how you're going to apply that to what you're doing this year.
Thank you. So last year was definitely a time of growth. It wasn't easy going from our corresponding secretary to president. I learned a lot about how the organization runs more internally. So I'm hoping I'm able to use that to benefit our student government even more with growing our membership and getting our senators more excited for these opportunities on campus, reaching out to the community, and just using everything I learned last year to push forward through this academic year and make a difference more on the California campus.
That's great. Sydney, before we leave you, remind us a little bit of your background. We had you on the show last year. You and I have had a chance to work a lot together this last year, which has been fantastic. But remind us of your background. How did you get interested in Cal? How did you get here? What was your transition like?
I went to a smaller high school and I wanted something that was affordable, close to home, and somewhere that you're not just a number, you're a name, because that was where the high school I went to, that's exactly how it was there. And so I came to Cal originally for education, and I went into history in my undergrad. I wanted to join every club, every organization. I wanted to make a difference on the campus. And the first organization I joined was student government. When I was a freshman, I said I wanted to be vice president of student government from the very beginning. And I was a very shy freshman, and a lot of the people around me, my best friends, Missy Dunn, Derek Harshberger, they were the ones that really set my path for me and helped me through the process and really gave me the confidence to go after not only corresponding secretary, but president twice. And I couldn't have done it without them. It was hard in the beginning because I was very shy, but it's really given me a voice. And that's what I really recommend SGA for everyone because of that. You go from not knowing anyone, not feeling like you belong, not having a voice to you know everyone, you have a voice, and you get to bring the opportunity to people who may not think that they have that.
Well, I'll tell you, Sydney, no one knowing you today would believe you are ever shy. You're one of the most friendly, outgoing people I've met, and have done a great job bringing that spirit to the California campus.
Thank you.
Now over to you, Bethany. Give us a little bit of your background as a Clarion student and also in the Army National Guard.
I sworn into the Army National Guard when I was 17. I was a senior in high school. I'm going on 3 years now. I am now president of Student Senate. I am an ambassador and a mentor and a tutor for the TRIO program. I am a chair for Relay for Life. I'm on the volleyball club. I'm in the BSN nursing club. That's my major's not BSN. I'm in the 101 Flourish program. I like helping people a lot and I love staying busy. Like I enjoy doing things. That's why I wanted to hire my position for Student Senate, working with all the directors and all the students. I really liked it.
Ruthie, let's go to you next. Tell us a little bit about your background and welcome to the show.
Hi. Yeah, I come from a small town of Fairfield, Pennsylvania. It's kind of near Gettysburg, if you know where that is. My graduating class was about 86 students. So I was very, very used to 20 or less people a class. I liked the small town type of feel. And I actually found Edinboro because my older brother, Paige, went there. He was a senior when I was going into my freshman year. And my mom wanted me to visit Edinboro and apply to Edinboro, and I did not want to whatsoever because I was like, I don't want to follow in my big brother's footsteps. I want to be my own person, but I was like, I'll apply, whatever. I got accepted. I was like, okay, we'll go on a visit to the school. But I was still like, no, I don't want to go here. I visited. I absolutely fell in love with the campus. I left 100% like, Mom, this is where I'm going. I didn't want to look at any other schools. I just fell in love with the place as soon as I was there. Then I came in freshman year, loved it from the start. I definitely didn't want to do student government. I never did any type of leadership in high school, but my brother was also in student government. And he convinced me to run for director of public relations because he was like, Ruthie, you love people. You love hanging out and doing things. You get to bring people together, have events. I was like, okay, I'll try. I got it and fell in love with being on SGA and being able to speak for students and trying to bring people together and hear people's voices. So I ended up running all through college and now here I am as president.
Well, congratulations to you on winning. That's got to feel pretty good.
Yep, it really does.
So, students who are maybe new to the podcast and new to the institution may not know a lot about SGA, how elections take place, how people get involved. So, Sydney, let's start with you. How does that work at Cal?
I got involved from the very get-go. I went to the first club and org fair and I saw the student government table and I signed up immediately. And there's different ways to get involved. A lot of people were the same way that Ruthie was saying, where she was like, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to do student government. And then we have a lot of people who sophomore year, junior year, realize that they want to have a voice for themselves. And so they do get involved. That's through connections as well. A lot of my friends have signed up. We signed up together. We go and promote to all of our friends, all of our organizations, because all of us on the e-board are very involved. Once they see what we do and the difference that we make on campus, then they get interested and they want to sign up. And like Ruthie said, people are very hesitant at first because they don't want to put more strain on them, their academics. But once they get more into it, they realize that it's not just an organization, but you make an impact and you also learn life skills that you're not going to learn in the classroom. So you have your academics and you also have your professionalism, your life skills. And I think that's when people really realize that it's something that's very important to get involved with. And that's when we get a lot of our membership is just the club and org fairs, seeing what we do. We have our thing of House of Reps where we bring all clubs together to talk about matters. And a lot of people from there as well want to get involved. So they come from all aspects, but a lot of it is the communication and the friendships that we formed and trying to get our friends to join to make a difference.
And Sydney, you described something that's really important for students to understand. You said that some students kind of feel like student involvement competes with what they're doing in the classroom, and that's the same time they have to allocate to do two different things. But you had described it as they complement each other. And I've seen this
Yes.
repeatedly with you and others that a student who is involved in student government or a club or organization, anything like that, athletic team, it actually helps them in the classroom because they're on campus more, they're engaged more, they're around people who are also succeeding, and it sets that standard for them to practice and live their life that way while they're here as a student. Thank you for sharing that. So we just heard about how students get involved on the Cal campus. What do we do in Edinboro to invite students to participate in SGA or clubs and organizations?
We have tons of different things that we can do around campus. We have our club and org fairs, just like they have over at Cal. We have like 2 club rushes right at the beginning of the school year, usually around like 2 weeks in and right at that first welcome weekend. We'll have all the clubs there. You can meet all the different clubs. You can meet SGA. We have a Senate that we are really trying to build. It's still definitely not where we want it to be yet. We have a ton of openings there. We have weekly meetings. We also have our SGA office where people can just walk in, talk to us. I'm also a supervisor of our SGA game room. So I work in the office there. So anyone can actually come in and talk to me at any time. And I can answer any questions they need, help them figure out club stuff.
That sounds great. Bethany, how did you get involved in Clarion Senate leadership?
I was in student council through high school and we did a lot through them and I really liked it. And so I wanted to keep doing that in college. And I went to student senate. I watched all like the leaders and I became close with a lot of them and watched them. And I last semester I took up a chair position and I liked it a lot. I was chair of student relations and it was really fun planning all the events and just seeing what you could like how you can really make a difference on campus with just doing hosting one little event and seeing everybody be happy and not stressed for like finals and all that. I look forward to just meeting all the new people and hosting more events, like getting a little bit more responsibility and like just seeing like what all I can accomplish this year.
It sounds like on the Edinboro campus, just like on Cal, just like on Clarion, there are plenty of opportunities for students to get involved. They really just need to reach out and take that first step. Show up at a club and org fair or a club rush, show up in the game room, talk to somebody, and you'll connect them to a way to get involved. Let's talk for just a minute. Each of you bring to this position you're in a set of values, a set of experiences you've had. You've probably had the opportunity to watch different leaders throughout your life. Some you probably looked at and thought, I want to be like that. Others you're like, I don't want to do that. Can each of you talk just a little bit about some of the leaders who have influenced you and your values, the way you approach leadership? Sydney, let's start with you. Who's influenced the way you lead?
I would say for my leadership, I get a lot of it from my mom. And that's where a lot of my values and my morals come from and where I incorporate that into the leadership. She, when I was growing up, was a lieutenant colonel in the military. So she held a very high or a higher position in the military. And when I was younger, I always admired that. I always admired her. And so when I was growing up, I always looked to her as my role model. She's like a workaholic. She is very dedicated to everything she does. And I definitely received that trait from her. You'll find me doing SGA work at 2 in the morning because I just love it so much. And that's exactly what she is with her job. So I got a lot of that from her and a lot of my morals and my leadership style. And when I came to Cal, I also got a lot of my leadership admiration for Missy Dunn, Derek Harshberger. Missy has guided me throughout this entire process and has really showed me what a leader looks like, especially in the field of college and student affairs. And Derek was my SGA president when I first started. He was the one that pushed me. And I wanted to be that for somebody else. I wanted to push somebody the way that he pushed me. And so I would say that those three are my biggest role models within leadership and SGA.
Thank you, Sydney. Ruthie, how about yourself? What is your path to learning about leadership and who's influenced that?
Before college, the only leadership role I really had was I was a volleyball captain 1 year of high school. So I feel like a lot of my leadership came from other SGA people that I have met and other PennWest leaders. I've been a part of SGA with 2 other presidents. So I've picked up a lot from both of them, a lot of organizational skills from our first president, Sarah Keating. She was off the charts with keeping us organized and on track. And those are traits that I really want to pull in from her. There was other members on the boards as well that have done things that I've thought were great assets to the board as a whole and to SGA and to student government that I definitely want to use from them and other people like Dave Goodwill. Oh my gosh, I look up to that man so much when it comes to all he does for SGA and for our board. He's definitely like one of those people who works all hours, and that is why, like Sydney said, how she's up 2 a.m. doing SGA stuff sometimes. Like I'll be up so late working on something, and I'm just like, I feel like Dave. But yeah, I really just pull a lot of my leadership and my things that I'm trying to learn and work on myself with through the people I've been around that I've got to meet through PennWest.
That's great. Outside of student government and outside of the institution here at PennWest that you attend, tell us a little about your hobbies, interests, so we can get to know you a little bit. Sydney, share with us your experiences outside of here.
Outside of Cal, I work a lot. I work at Bath and Body Works. I love it. I've been there for 3 years. So if you don't find me on the Cal campus, I'm probably working there. I also work at a legal consulting firm for medical malpractice to help me with my legal studies, professionalism, and getting more experience within that field. So I have also worked that, especially over the summer. And then besides work, I love working out, shopping. I shop a lot more than I should. And I love hanging out with my friends, my family. I'm very family oriented, so I'm always with my family. So within those outside activities and work related experiences, I've really used those to benefit my role in SGA and just balancing everything with school. I've always had to balance a lot of activities and events outside of academics. So coming into Cal, that was something that I was able to help was my work-life balance. And I was able to use a lot of my communication within my job with Bath and Body Works. There's a lot of customer service. So working with students who have a situation that I can tend to, it has correlated a lot. And just having those family-oriented feeling with Cal, everyone has felt like family. And so not only do I love hanging out with my family outside of Cal, but I love hanging out with my Cal family as well. My roommates, my best friend, and everyone from SGA that I've grown very close with.
Thank you very much, Sydney. Over to you, Bethany. Outside of Clarion, you serve in the Army National Guard and also work as a CNA. What else do you do outside the university?
I work a lot. That's mostly what I do. I do double a lot. During school, I also do work at least one or two doubles. Like I try to do them on the weekends as much as I can with school and that. But yeah, I love helping my residents. I love all of them. But yeah, that's really gotten me to go with like to help other people. They definitely have done a lot.
What are some of your interests, Bethany?
I'm usually shopping. Yeah, I shop a lot. Like it's the online shopping is quite bad. It's because I don't know, I work so much in between school, like the guard and that. Like I know this summer that's literally all I did was went to the field for 2 weeks for the guard and I literally doubled like most of my summer and shopped and stuff.
Ruthie, tell us a little about you outside of the institution.
Yeah, well, when I'm not in Edinboro, not doing SGA related things, a lot of the times I'm working. I do catering type jobs, so I'm working like in food. I work on the counter. I do things like cater weddings. I started working at a coffee shop. I really just do anything I can. I babysit a lot. I'm around a lot of little kids. Anything I can pick up for the money, gotta get it somehow. Some things I like doing outside of work is I love hanging out with my family. We go camping all the time. Camping is a big thing in my family. We take our campers out, set them up, and just sit outside for a weekend or two. And it is just such a great thing. We do a lot of fishing and things like that.
I bet that's a great way to unplug, get out of the busyness.
Oh, yeah, it really helps. And it really helps me balance things like when I get too stressed or worked up over something like SGA related or school related or anything. It's really taught me like how to unplug and just calm myself down and just take a deep breath. And then I can get back into it with a clear mind. And it helps so much. A lot of times when I'm not outside, I'm hanging out with my pets. I'm a big animal person. I love dogs and cats. I love hanging out with my furry friends.
Let's go back. You shared with us a little about your personal interests outside of the university. There's a lot of demands on your time to balance both personal interests, leadership responsibilities. When a student sees you on campus, what do you hope that they see in you as a leader? And how do you try to position yourself so that you're approachable for all kinds of students to come talk to you? Sydney?
I hope that if somebody sees me walking on campus, I hope that they find me relatable. I know a lot of times when you see people in a position, especially something like SGA, that you might come off as daunting or something that's like nobody wants to come talk to you because they're scared or nervous. And I just hope somebody finds me relatable and welcoming and fun. I am one of those people where life is too short to not have fun. Like have those experiences. Like SGA, we've done a lot of really fun activities on campus, and I hope that everyone comes out and enjoys their time because it's only 4 years and it's a short time. And so that's what I hope people would see from me. I am always in our Natali Student Center for the Cal campus. I'm always in the SJ office. And if somebody needs something, they always just come in and talk to me, or somebody will stop me on campus. I'm always at the flats to get Starbucks too. So if anyone wants to find me, I'm always getting Starbucks. But I just hope that I am very welcoming to people and that they know that if they ever need anything, they can just talk to me because I was very involved in my undergrad. So I have a lot of connections with some of the organizations, and a lot of them have told me the problems that they want me to fix or have expressed concerns. And that's the job. And I love it. And I love being able to help people. So I hope people realize that and they know that I'm here to help. That's my sole responsibility with SGA is to help people.
Thanks, Sydney. Ruthie, how about you? What do you want people to think of you when they come up to you? How do you want to be approachable to students?
Yeah, I definitely want to be someone who I walk through campus and students feel as if they can just come up and talk to me, say hi, even if it's not anything SGA or business related, just they could have a conversation with me. We could talk about how their day's going if they need someone to talk to. Like, I'm there for that too. Like, if you need help with something, even if I don't know what it is you need help with, I can help you find someone who can help you with that. And I am someone who I'm always walking around with a smile on my face. No matter what's going on, you'll never think there's anything going on. I'm always having a smile on my face. So I hope that that makes students know that I am very approachable. I'm a very happy person. I love to talk. Once you get me talking, sometimes you can't get me to stop. I just hope students feel that I'm welcoming to them and that they feel as though they can come to me as a friend and a peer more than just leader.
That's great. Thanks, Ruthie. So let's hear from each of you. When you talk about hopes and plans for this year, what are you looking forward to? What initiatives are you putting out there? What's your vision for this year in this role, Sydney?
For this year, I know we want to regain our membership. We've lost some of our seniors that played a crucial role in how our SGA operated last year. So I hope that we can bring on some younger leaders who are dedicated and want to bring something to Cal and help our campus out. And so I think rebuilding that leadership is something that we are very much trying to put forth this year. I would say another thing is just the adjustment to the new Common Hour. I know a lot of people on the Cal campus were very excited to see this is coming back, and we were used to it on the Tuesdays, Thursdays. So trying to acclimate to the new Common Hour, have the campus activities vibrant again, and just trying to make the most out of the Common Hour and putting all these activities on for students. We want to make our Student Appreciation Week even bigger. We always try to outdo ourselves. So we're going to try and make it even bigger this year with more activities, just making sure that anything on campus that needs to be done or any student concerns that need to be brought forth to higher admin, that we do that again this year, and also trying to get acclimated to the new dining. I know we added a couple more um, dining options on campus. So trying those out. And if anyone has any recommendations, I will definitely put forth my opinion because I will be eating at all of them. So trying out the new dining options and helping students with trying to figure out not only the new dining, but the new common hour and just putting on as many activities as we can.
That sounds great. Thanks, Sydney. Bethany, what big plans are happening at Clarion?
I'm definitely looking forward to the activities fair and for everybody to see the new Ernie that came out that they just posted. I think that's going to be interesting because I know Ernie's very big at events and that, and he does look a lot different than he did last semester. So I want to see what everybody thinks of him. Autumn Leaf Festival is a very big, like, exciting event. And as a freshman, like, I know last year I was kind of like, what is that? Like, everybody doesn't know what that is, but it's very fun. All the clubs get together. I know Senate last year made a float. It's really a chance for all the clubs and the community to come together to kind of see like how like the university, just all the clubs and stuff we do to show the community. It's really a fun event. It's like a couple days. It's like a week. We even get a couple days off school. Like it's a really fun event. Like I'd really recommend going.
Ruthie, what does this year look like for you?
There's definitely a lot of things we're looking to get done this year. One of the things that is high on my priority list is really building up our Senate. Like I said before, our Senate is not at all what we would like it to be. We have very few members, and we're really trying to push to expand our Senate, bring more student input in. We want to hear more from students. So that is really something that we are pushing for hard this year. Something else that we're really looking forward to is increase the club and SGA relationship. I've definitely noticed throughout my years that there's a lot of clubs and club members who necessarily don't know a lot about SGA or what really is going on through there. So I would love our members to actually go to some club meetings, make sure people know our faces and know who to come to talk to about that type of thing.
That's great. Let's fast forward a little bit to a year from now when you are done with this great university. You're moving on to the rest of your life, filling all the ambitions that you have. When you look back at your time at PennWest, what do you want your legacy to be, or what are the three or four things that are really going to stick with you about memories you've had here or things you're glad that you did? Sydney?
I would say, looking back on my years, that I can honestly say that these were the best 4 years of my life. Well, now five because I'm in my master's, but best 5 years. I honestly don't know where the time has gone. I have made so many connections, so many great friends. I met my best friend who is going to be the maid of honor in my wedding. She has not only supported me, but has helped me just grow as a person. And that is just one of the other kinds of connections that you make at college. And she, like having those connections and those friends that you have for life and not only the 4 years is what really makes the difference. Getting involved, I think, is the most crucial part of the college experience. Getting involved, having friends, and being able to be a part of something bigger than yourself is what's really going to make that college experience. Instead of sitting in your room doing homework and waiting for someone to come around, go make that happen, go do something. And once you join a club, you'll see the entire shift in your experience. You have something to look forward to. You have more responsibility on yourself, and you're growing as a person, not only in your professionalism and those experiences, but you're growing your friends, you're growing your connections on campus. And I think that that's what's most crucial with incoming freshmen and looking back on these 4 years is just getting involved. That has played such a big factor in my experience. I wouldn't have had it any other way. And I hope that that is something I leave behind when I graduate is just benefits of clubs and just not even the connections, the friends that I've met a lot of freshmen who have become some of my good friends. And I hope that I've shaped how their college experience is going. I've gotten them into clubs and now they're high leadership positions in these clubs. And I just want to be that inspiration to somebody that I've had in the past with other SGA presidents and other leaders on campus. I just want to be that inspiration to somebody. And I hope that's the legacy I've left behind with not only my friends, but a lot of the incoming freshmen that I've met who are now sophomores and how the club runs. So I would say that's what I hope.
Over to you, Bethany.
I would give new students advice to definitely look at new clubs. Like, don't kind of like be shy. Like, definitely step out of your comfort zone. Even if you think it sounds boring, just go and look for it. Definitely be involved on campus. Always ask for help. Like, don't ever be like, I don't need help. Like, definitely like get involved, make friends. Like, we're there for 4 years. Your friends are gonna be there to get you through it. And a club can really make you grow as a person, even if you don't think it is. Because Senate has definitely made me into more mature. I've got to know more people around the university. It's just definitely a good opportunity to get involved.
Thank you. Ruthie, what about your legacy and what memories do you hope to have when you leave here?
Going through Edinboro definitely does not feel like I'm moving into my senior year. It feels like just yesterday I was moving into my freshman dorms. So there's definitely went through a lot these last 3 years. I've made so many friendships. I've made lifelong best friends. I definitely have a ton of favorite memories from Edinboro. Football games. We have a tradition. I'm the sweetheart for our Lambda Chi Alpha frat, and one of our traditions is we bring this deer head to the homecoming football game. And that's definitely one of my favorite traditions. I have tons of pictures holding the deer head, cheering on our football team with all the other students around. That's definitely one of my favorite ones. Just walking around campus with my friends. Me and my roommates this past year have gotten a cat and a stroller for our cat. So we take our cat named Karma and walks around campus. So I definitely want people to remember that. I want people to remember seeing me walking my cat around campus, because that is one of my favorite things to do. Because the campus it's so beautiful, and it's really something that is going to be with me forever. I'm always going to remember an Edinboro winter with the snow all over the ground, in the trees, waking up to a foot of snow. Those are definitely my favorite memories. The random snowball fights or snowmen you just start building with your roommates when you walk outside of the dorm. It's really such a great community there.
That's great. Thank you, Ruthie. It is so fun to hear the things that you will reflect back on from each of you on your different campuses. And with that, we will bring this episode to a close. I want to thank each of you for taking time to be here, Sydney, Bethany, and Ruthie. Thank you for taking time to be leaders on campus. Thank you for the year that's ahead. I look forward to working with each of you. So thank you for being with us here today on the Power of PennWest podcast.
Thank you.